All right, gentlemen. So, Space Marine 2, I believe it or not, we are nearly at 6 months. So, half a year we have had Space Marine 2. And I really want to get into the free content that has come so far and what we can look forward to in the next 6 months of the game. So far to the game, we have gotten 2 free operations. We have gotten a complete melee and overhaul of the balance, fencing, and the blocking weapons. We have had weapon balancing across the board. We have had 2 new enemies added. We have had a new weapon added, and then we have also had 2 difficulties added. And then in the last month or so, we have had over 70 perk reworks to every single class in the game. So they have really been hard at work. For a 6 month time span, this is an insane amount of content to be dropped into a $70 game for free. It is, this is the old school DLC model, but it really is ramped up to 11. And I think they are running this type of model perfectly for the way gamers are in 2025. People want their content faster, so that is kind of why the old school model did fall off. People were waiting too long to drop content. People were getting bored. They were moving on to other games. So with them ramping this up to every 2 months instead of every 3.5 to 4 months is really going to make a big difference and puts it in perfect alignment with nearly every battle pass that is available today. So I was kind of on the fence about having a battle pass in this game, but after they came through and they said, we're going to release these updates every single or every 2 months, every 60 days, that is when the battle pass completely left my head, and I was much more content and willing to follow this DLC pattern instead. This is actually a DLC pattern that I prefer, but it did fall off because of the time that developers were taking to kind of use this type of model. So with Saber and Focus really going in and saying, we're going to do this every 2 months now, and like I said, with it aligning with nearly every single battle pass that is out there, I really don't think many other companies have done it better than Space Marine 2. I really don't. And a lot of games that are getting compared to Space Marine 2 content-wise and things like that have been out for much longer than the game. And I think when this game is a year to 2 years old, the amount of content that I will be discussing then is going to be literally insane. Because not only have we gotten this in the last 6 months, the next 6 months from now should be even more content because they are ramping up to every 2 months instead of what they were at was every about 3 to 3.5 months before this. So the next 6 months of Space Marine 2 is going to be extremely exciting. Patch 7 was looking very good. I have a video on my channel on that if you haven't looked into Patch 7 yet. And then on top of that, we are going to have Horde mode coming out after Patch 7. So I would assume Horde mode will be sometime in June. So these are very, very exciting things to look at. You can kind of tell they are prepping everything up for Horde mode. That is why all the perk changes have come and just why they are trying to balance everything out. I do think that is why a lot of the changes were made to the Bulwark, his banner, and also why I think some changes were made to the Vanguard's healing as well, because those 2 classes, when you combine them together, they probably would have been running Horde mode very, very easily and keeping their teammates alive for probably a little too long. So I do think that's why a lot of these reworks have been made, and I do think Horde mode is basically cooked up and ready to go, and they're probably just doing a bunch of testing from now until when they decide to drop it. And like I said, for sure it will be out by June, and possibly earlier, but I highly doubt it. So we do have a lot of things to look forward to then. And then, as I said, with our Patch 7 that we have coming out very, very soon here, there is a lot of positive stuff to go through there as well. So for me, I am extremely happy with where Space Marine 2 is sitting right now. With it being only 6 months old, the amount of content that has come to the game is, I think it's nearly second to none when you're talking free content added for people that have just bought this base game. I haven't seen many companies do it better, guys. So I am very happy with the direction that they're moving, and I think the 2-month plan that they came out with was their answer to people wanting a battle pass, because now why would you even want a battle pass when they're going to give you the content in the same amount of time as a battle pass would come out, and you're going to get it for free without paying for battle pass. So, everything about this formula that they got right now works well for me, and I think if they stick to the plan, everybody is going to be very excited for Space Marine 2 for the next 6 months and hopefully the next year or two to come.